Hi everybody, and welcome to COMPUTEX 2010. My name is Chao Shen. I am with Picoway Technology. What we're looking at is a long menu with confusing keys. You've got to type in the code, and I know more than once in my life I've gone ahead and typed in the code and realized that I typed the wrong code. So we wanted to look at these problems and find a new way to address this UI. The other half of our problem is, of course, the logistics. So typically in the vending model, what happens is you have a truck that goes to the warehouse, it picks up as much ingredients as it can, then kind of goes around and goes to vending machine, filling up the vending machine as it goes, jotting down if the vending machine has a malfunction, and then finally either ending up with too much or too little cargo, finding out that its vending machines have been malfunctioning for weeks at a time. And so it's not really taking advantage of technology, not moving ahead and dealing with these problems on a real-time basis. Talking about a large, touchscreen display where our UI is now becoming interactive with the end user. The projected capacity of touch display also enables multi-touch. So if we want to get creative with the UI, we can do a lot of telemetry support. Means that our device is connected to the internet. So when someone puts in some money into a vending machine, that sale is in real time sent up to central servers. That way we know when the sales are happening, how often they're happening, and in what quantities. So let me give you an example of what this enables. If I, over the last month, find that my coffee is selling best at 9 a.m., but it's not really selling that well at 1 in the afternoon, maybe I want to go ahead and do time of day pricing. I can push price updates to the machine at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and do a happy hour type pricing system so that I can improve sales over the course of the day. If we want to do Easy Card here in Taiwan, or if we want to do another wireless payment system, we can do that abroad as well. The other multiple GPIO and MDM connections can be useful for connecting to, for example, the vending machine controller. So when you have a typical vending machine, the part of the machine is based right here in the existing model, and then figured out how to include our K2 system on top of that. So in this case, you see that we've got 17-inch touchscreen on top with the K2 connected using MDB and RS-232. We're connected to the BMC down below. So what this does is it allows us to utilize the existing design without having to spend a lot of money redesigning and Now in the middle right here, you also see that we've got multiple K2s connected by LAN. What this does is it's daisy chaining all of the local machines together, and it allows us to control multiple machines in unison without having to have a central server located. We can have advertisements that run across multiple screens without having to have a server there managing each individual machine. Finally, we've got the LAN router. Of course, that takes us out to the internet and connects us to the central server. And so that model kind of looks like this. We've got Space, which is our proprietary protocol that we've implemented here, and two central servers so that we have real-time data coming down into our information network. So what happens is we've got the K2 post in the vending machine, and it is polling the BMC regularly to make sure that there are no malfunctioning happening. Secondly, as sales come in, then it's also collecting that information, real-time data here. Now the other great thing about this is that we can use the central server to push advertising down to the clients. So what happens is that while no one's making a purchase, or even while, let's say, coffee is being brewed, we can display advertising, and so that increases your revenue because we're including a completely new revenue stream. And so that's what happens here. And so if I'm ordering a cup of coffee, you can see that now I'm not going to make a mistake. I'm not going to look up and see, oh, I got to type in K23654. Now while that coffee is being brewed, then I can give them an advertisement. Right here we've got a little, survey. Who's going to win the next soccer game? Well, that's interesting because now we're introducing an element of interactivity in the vending environment. If I want to get some customer feedback from my clients, well, I can do it then. If I want to push advertising down to my clients, well, I can do it then. And so that introduces a whole new dynamic that hasn't existed in the vending model previously. And finally, even while no one's making a purchase, let's say I'm in a cafe, I've got a couple of vending machines, and people are sitting around. Well, here's what happens is that on my displays, I can push advertising still. Or if I'm in a corporate environment, then I can use it as a billboard and use it to keep in touch with my employees. With specific libraries, now we've got a lot of public libraries as well as our own proprietary libraries. And another thing that we're working on is our Zigbee stack, which I'm happy to say that we are going to be open sourcing early next year. And so we're really hoping that technology really takes off because it's great because it's a mobile network. It allows you to move your application from platform to platform without having to rewrite your code. So what happened? We took a look at the vending industry. We saw there's an opportunity to really change the way everything works. We introduced a new revenue stream. We pushed advertising to clients. We've introduced time-of-day pricing. This allows to increase throughput, improve sales when sales are low, or even, use a market-based pricing, raise prices when we've improved logistics. Since we know when sales are happening, when machines need to be filled, we don't need to send trucks around and around looking at every machine. We just need to go to the machines that need to be refilled. Or, if you have a machine that's malfunctioned, this means that instead of having downtime for weeks at a time, we're having downtimes of 1-2 days. And of course, the bottom line for all of this is that we've increased profitability. We've increased our profitability for vending machine operators, and that's obviously the bottom line. Thank you very much. My name is Chao Shen, and I'm with Picoway Technology.